Shabbat Shalom, Holy Blossom. I often teach that we should never be surprised when Torah speaks to our moment, when it lines up perfectly, because Torah is whatever we need whenever we need it. Because inside of its particular Jewish story, the Torah contains infinites. In this week's Parsha, Shmot, Exodus, we read, "And their cries for help, they went up to God. God heard their moaning, and God remembered." And of course, there is no news right now for our Jewish people other than the news of the hostage deal with Hamas, which will finally see 33 of our people returned home to us. So no, it does not surprise me in the least that at this moment of redemption, we are reading the same words that for thousands of years, for untold generations, our people and our ancestors and our families have read to describe the sensation of redemption, of homecoming. When else could this have happened? Of course it happens on Parshat Shmot. I just came back from Israel. And this Shabbat morning, tomorrow morning, I will speak about it more in depth. But I will say this, that on Shabbat afternoon 1 week ago, in Tel Aviv, blocks from Hostage Square, I sat with Yocheved Lifshitz. Yocheved is a returned hostage. She was kidnapped with her husband Oded on October 7th from their home in Kibbutz Nir Oz. And when Yocheved was returned as a quote-unquote humanitarian gesture, Oded remains in Hamas captivity in Gaza. Oded is one of those 33 hostages who is slated to be brought home if this deal goes through. It has now been more than a year since he was stolen away. And on that terrible Shabbat, when he was shot protecting his wife, as Yocheved was, in her own words, thrown like a sack of potatoes into the back of a Hamas truck, she said she wept. She was unable to say her final goodbye. And it was only upon the release of other hostages that her family learned Oded was still alive, that he was wounded, but that he was failing somewhere in Gaza. And his family feels like they have already mourned him. They have mourned him more than once, in fact. And at each failed chance to bring him home, they feel like they mourn him again. And they knew last week that there was a strong possibility he would not come home alive. And they know now that Oded may not come home alive. But they also know that he has to come home. Every generation of Jews is sometimes blessed to experience some form of redemption. And in our generation, as with every generation, we don't know what comes after that redemption. We don't know what blessings come, and we don't know what challenges come. With this ceasefire, we don't know the deal. We don't know the blessings, and we don't know the struggles and the challenges and the curses that will come with it. We know there will be blessings. We know there will be curses. And we also know that, like in every generation before us that strives for redemption, we are Bamitzrayim. We are between the narrows. We are in spiritual Egypt. And we have to leave. Like every generation of Jews before us, when redemption calls, you have to leave. Redemption, right now, right this very moment, is calling. And we have to go. We have to take it. Redemption is calling. Swiftly may it come. For us, for all of our brothers and all of our sisters in Israel. Shabbat Shalom.